like how Netflix tracks their viewers or how they know which movies to broadcast. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Trending Tenz to join our community and click on the bell notification for the latest updates. Now, let's watch the top 10 shocking facts about Netflix. Number 1. Netflix was originally called Kibble. The original name before the launch was Kibble. The co-founder and first CEO of Netflix, Mark Randolph, revealed, "First, I was very concerned about building a service that looked good, but that nobody wanted to use. So I chose Kibble to remind us of the old advertising adage that it doesn't matter how good your dog food advertising campaign is if the dogs won't eat the dog food." It was hard to come up with a good name, and they agreed that the best name would be a combination of two words, one related to movies and the other related to the internet. While looking for catchy and easy to remember names, some of the considerations were Take One, Netpicks, Scene One, Fast Forward, before settling on their final last-minute choice, Netflix. Also, Mark still owns Kibble.com. It redirects to his personal site. Number 2. The origin of the Netflix story is a myth. The Netflix inspiration goes by that co-founder Reed Hastings racked up $40 late fee charge on a VHS Apollo 13 after renting it from Blockbuster. He resented Blockbuster and wanted to find a way to get DVDs to customers without charging late fees. The Netflix model, movie fans paid a monthly fee to have a certain number of DVDs at home, which they could keep for as long as they liked or return them ASAP and get a new movie sent. As great as this motivational story is for the founding of Netflix, it's completely false. Reed Hastings basically invented it for interviews because the actual story of Netflix's creation is long, complicated, and full of dull business jargon. Number 3. Netflix website launched in 1998, offered subscriptions in 1999. Reed Hastings and software executive Mark Randolph founded Netflix in August 1997, but it wasn't until a year later the company officially launched. However, back then the website looked nothing like we see it today. A year later in 1999, Netflix started offering subscription-based DVD by mail service, a one-of-a-kind. Users ordered movies on the Netflix website and received them via mail. Once they finished watching them, they would mail them back to Netflix in the envelopes provided by the company. Of course, at the time, this was great for people who did not have a video rental store nearby. Number 4. Netflix offered partnership and sale to Blockbuster in 2000. Remember Blockbuster? The place where everyone went to rent movies? Now, the out-of-business video rental store that is slowly drifting from our memories. In 2000, Netflix reached out to Blockbuster CEO John Antioco about forming a partnership. Netflix proposed to them that they would run Blockbuster's brand online, and in return, Blockbuster runs the Netflix brand through their stores. Netflix also offered selling their company for $50 million. Blockbuster smiled and laughed at their faces and told them to leave. Well, look who got the last laugh. Netflix is a globally recognized $231 billion business, while Blockbuster is bankrupt. This story is another tale of a small startup wounding a long-established industry. The important business lesson from this is never ever be arrogant and adapt to the changing world. Number 5. 54% of Netflix users share their passwords. Sharing accounts with another user has become a common practice, which may be viewed as socially undesirable. But more than half of users manage their own accounts and keep the password to themselves. Statistics show that 54% of Netflix users share their password with another household. 18% share with friends and 26% share with a family member outside their immediate family. With this happening, Netflix may lose as much as $500 million a year. Netflix is aware of this, and they really don't seem to care. However, as the years go by, Netflix might be heading for stricter enforcement policies. Number 6. Netflix tracks everything its users do. Do you know what the most important thing Netflix owns? It's not the exclusive rights or a merchandising cut, but the data of the massive subscriber base of which the same viewers generate every time they watch Netflix. Along with the basic subscription data they collect, such as the shows they watch, at what time, and for how long, Netflix pinpoints when you pause, rewind, or stop watching something to figure out why. Interesting, isn't it? This data on its own isn't useful, but when cross-referenced with basic geographical information, while the same data produced by the other millions of Netflix subscribers, it can be used to produce detailed, comprehensive charts on what people watch. The data is an invaluable tool for Netflix when it produces original content, allowing them to predict how many people will watch an original program while setting a budget. Just remember, the next time you press pause, you're holding the fate of your favorite streaming stars in your hands. Number 7. Netflix library is influenced by pirates. The Netflix marketing department is clever. They monitor what has been illegally downloaded on BitTorrent and other pirate sites, and the piracy data represent an invaluable insight into viewing habits that Netflix uses to adjust its own programming. After all, if people are willing to give their computer a virus to watch Friends or The Office, it means someone is willing to pay a few dollars to watch a similar show from the comfort of their own home. Netflix also uses the geographical data of pirates to adjust its pricing, lowering the cost of their service in areas with high rates of piracy to lure pirates over to use Netflix. After all, the best way to fight piracy is by offering customers better service than they might get from the pirates. Number 8. The origin of binge-watching. 70% of Netflix subscribers binge-watch. Netflix pioneered binge-watching because they were able to identify an inefficiency in the TV market. People hated that they had to wait for the next episodes. People loved to watch 2 to 3 episodes at once, on demand, without any ads, and then pick up at the exact moment where they left off. This became the new cultural force named binge-watching. It has dramatically increased the number of hours subscribers sitting down and watching content do. At the time, Netflix saw this as a win-win, since the binge-watching also boosted interest for the current season of the show, sometimes even catapulting it into the national pop culture conversation. An example of the power of binge-watching, Breaking Bad became 10 times more popular once it started streaming on Netflix. Number 9. The origin of Netflix and chill. The Netflix and chill quote was traced back to 2009, when Twitter user NoFaceNina wrote, "I'm about to log on to Netflix and chill for the rest of the night." It was the teenage generation looking forward to kicking back alone to watch TV. It wasn't until 2015, after the phrase was added in the Urban Dictionary, it became increasingly popular as it took on a sexual meaning, one which Netflix was happy to be a part of. In July 2015, Netflix took advantage of the meme culture and gave its company sexual undertones by posting a GIF on their social pages from a comedic seduction scene in Clueless, captioned, "Netflix and chill?" No, really. From that moment on, Netflix and chill memes went viral across social media. Number 10. Netflix is able to stream in a Tesla. In July 2019, Tesla founder Elon Musk informed Tesla owners can stream Netflix in their cars. The software Tesla Theater allows owners to watch streaming entertainment on the dash display. However, there's a catch. The services only work when the cars are safely parked. The idea of watching videos in the car is not new, and in-vehicle entertainment systems have been commonplace for years now. But having access to subscription streaming services built into a vehicle display is a first. This is the perfect way to keep passengers entertained while waiting in their cars to charge or waiting to pick someone up, or maybe to keep your babies occupied while your significant other shops. Thanks for watching the top 10 shocking facts about Netflix, and like the video if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell notification.